everyone, I'm Holly from Handprinted, and this is Repurposing Objects in Your Printmaking Studio, Screen Print Edition. If you're using a screen printing hinged board to take prints, they can be pretty slidey, so use a piece of grip matting underneath your board to stop it from sliding about. You can get this from cheap home stores and places like Poundland. We have the screen printing boards at handprinted.co.uk. If you are printing using hinge clamps, you can use these clamps on the top of your screen as a squeegee rest. Your squeegee will stay in place when you lift your screen up to change your paper and stay in place when you put it down. You can then take your print, flood, and your squeegee will stay there. Alternatively, you can use an empty tape roll like this as a squeegee rest in between your prints. This will stop the ink from getting on your table, which will then get on the handle, on your hands, and potentially on your print. You can also use these empty tape rolls to prop up your screen while you're flooding your print to hold the screen off the surface of your paper. Screen printing inks need to be stored in containers with lids, but you can use anything you like. We like to use these plastic containers, which we reuse over and over again. You just want to make sure you have something with a lid that keeps it airtight to keep your inks in. But you can reuse the pots that pre-mixed inks come in to store your inks. You can use butter pots, jam jars, takeaway containers. Anything you've got that's got a lid on will be absolutely perfect. Ordinary baking spatulas are perfect for mixing your inks to make sure they're really thoroughly combined. We have these ones at handprinted.co.uk, or you can get them from a home store if you don't already have a spare one in your kitchen. We recommend using ones that have been used for ink separate to ones you use for food. You can also use these spatulas to remove ink left behind on your screen, or you can use old store cards, which work just as well. This ink can now go back in the pot to be used another time. If you've got an exposed screen with a design on and you want to print some of the design but not the rest of it, you'll need to cover it up. We don't really want to put tape on any of the exposed design because tape can damage it. So you can use a piece of magazine page to cover up the unwanted part and then tape it down at the edge, making sure where the tape sticks isn't on any of the design. Secure it with bits of tape at the sides and at the top too if you need to, and then you can go ahead and print the part you want to while this part is blocked. Using a magazine page is perfect because it's slightly shiny, so if you get ink on, it's wipeable and it won't fall apart quite so easily. It also means that you use much less plastic tape, which also means there's a lower chance of damaging any of the emulsion on your screen. If you finish screen printing and you don't have a wash-up booth to clean your screen, that's okay. All you need is a bucket full of clean water and a car sponge, and you can clean your screen that way. Do that as soon as you finish printing and you shouldn't have any blockages. If you're printing on paper, you'll want to register where your paper goes. You can use little bits of mount board stuck down with masking tape for this. You can also use business cards and old cardboard store cards for this. Now you know where to put your paper every time. The perfect registration. Happy printing!